Hello friends. It has been a minute since we've done a fashion video. If you are new, my name is Savannah. I am the savvy behind WHATSAVVYSAID and I make lifestyle and entertainment content. As always with review videos, I like to make sure that I'm giving updates every 4 to 6 months because I want to make sure that the investments that you're putting into things are actually going to produce long-term results. And I have 6 bras to talk about today. I know that Honeylove has one more coming out soon. I've had several months to test them. I've had my mom testing them. We've kind of been putting in the work to make sure that I have the most information for you and what will actually bring you the most comfort. So let's get into the video. I'm going to start with the CloudEmbrace Bra, and this is probably the most similar to a push-up bra that Honeylove has at the moment. And it's the only one that doesn't have removable cups and you can't transform the bra straps. Now, I do feel like this is the bra that it might take a second to get it to fit exactly right because the material isn't shapewear, but it's definitely more spandex. And that does a beautiful job because it slims everything on the sides. You're not getting those rolls just because you've suddenly put on a bra that you wouldn't have in everyday life. It really does help to kind of smooth the back. It doesn't have the material in it that needs to be so tight because it's going to stretch out so much. It holds up really well over time. But a lot of times when you have that material that is excessively tight, you end up with those rolls on the backside. And that's not a problem that you're going to have with a Honeylove bra. This one is probably my most worn because it works the best with the outfits that I would wear on a regular basis. So it is the one that I am currently wearing today. It tends to be lower cut in the front. It doesn't have defined of a boob shape as some of the other bras. This is very padded. This is very soft. If you're somebody like me who finds that it can be a bit of a struggle if you have too much of a formed cup because of how you carry your boob, this is a good option because it doesn't leave a ton of gaping at the top. I will say that this is a little tight on the band though for me, and it can be a little bit more uncomfortable initially. This is one of the only ones where I feel like I have the bra on, not in the shoulders, but more so because the band can just feel a little bit tight because I am in between sides. So this is the Softform Bra, and honestly, I thought that this was going to be my least worn. When I was shooting the photos for the original content for this, I had it in my mind that I was going to pass this along to my best friend, and I'm so glad that I kept it to kind of test it more. Of course, there are the removable cups. Everything has a really nice stretch on the side. It's definitely not as skinny as some of the traditional bras that you might see in store, and that's one of the other things that helps just keep everything smooth on the side. However, I was trying to get out the door last month, and I was wanting to wear this white sweater, and this is just a niche girl problem. I had a limited window in which it's weather here in Florida, and I really wanted to wear this sweater, but it was a really thin one, and I didn't have a good color bra for this specific sweater. And so I was trying every white bra on. I tried the CloudEmbrace one, it didn't work. I tried maybe the Crossover V, it didn't quite work. And then I threw this on, and because of how it is, now you can see that there are cups in this. I don't mind those. I'm a girl who likes the cup. If you don't like the cup, you can remove them. It's not that hard. But I do feel like the way that this is, because it has that deeper V, because it has the thicker straps, underneath something that's a little bit more sheer where you need it to not look like you have a bra, it kind of actually looks like a tank. It's really comfortable. This is probably what I would consider maybe my go-to for a travel bra because I don't love to have a million things I need to pull over my head throughout the day, especially because I already do that with sports bras. But it's just perfect for that, and I feel like this is just, it's a hidden gem for me. I wasn't expecting to find that it was gonna save the day, but it's one that's so comfortable. Of course, you don't feel like you have it on, and the strap situation isn't too much where I'm somebody who has a shorter shoulder space, and I find that one of the things that's a constant struggle for me in any kind of sizing is making sure that I have an adjustable strap, and I actually don't have a problem with this. So now for my more blessed friends, I gave this bra to my mom a couple of months ago because it is just going to do the most for you. You can see that the dip in the front is a little bit more conservative. It's a little bit higher. The cups are actually a lot more just formed. Also got more padding in the back, which is meant to help for those of you who are carrying more weight so that it's not like digging into your back so much. This is the first bra that I gave mom, and she was like, I feel like I have nothing on. And I think she was very shocked by that experience. It is for me too much because the cups are so well shaped. It really accentuates the gappage that I have. But if you're somebody who has a more blessed front, or if you carry your boobs in a more fuller shape, this is probably a great one. I think that this is probably more of a higher activity level bra too. If you're somebody who just needs that kind of support, this one's going to be great. Of course, we do have adjustable straps as well as the removable straps on the back, so you're getting all of the best things, and it's just such a gorgeous bra. I really wish that this worked on my body So this is the Silhouette Bra, and I think in comparison to the CloudEmbrace, this is probably more comfortable. It doesn't have that same lift underneath. Remember, all of these bras are wire free, but it does have a nice shape that holds. This is only doing the cup padding versus the CloudEmbrace has a more full-on padding in the center, but it comes in tons of color and it has those side kind of stitches to make sure everything stays soft and smooth. Now, I do find that the bras that have 3 hooks instead of 2 tend to be a little bit just softer in their embrace, which I think is what makes me love this one a little bit more, is because it kind of gives me the happy medium between the two. But as you can kind of see in the front, it's still a little bit higher up than what you might need if you've got either a deep V or just even kind of a more casual V going on. I tend to wear a mix of stuff. So if you're gonna wear a lot of t-shirts and all the things that you're not really gonna have to worry about that, and you're going for comfort and not necessarily super lift or bralette, which we'll talk about in a second, this is definitely the go-to for that one. Comes in loads of colors. Again, all of the usual things, adjustable straps, removable to like change directions on the back. It's just such a lovely, lovely bra. This color is gorgeous, but it's definitely got a better front boob shape than the CloudEmbrace because of the cup hold. I do find that just with the CloudEmbrace, it can make your boobs look a little flatter. It's not necessarily as shaping if you want a little bit more of that like balancing between the top and the bottom and kind of helping give your boobs that kind of shape. Now the last two we're going to do side by side, and it is the crossover and the crossover v-neck. And I will put the photos on screen from when we shot this because it's a little bit hard to see it in person. Even when we shot this and I was looking at, I have this black bra in 2 colors, I had to sit there and stare at them side by side, and then I had to physically put them on because it's so subtle and the difference of where it comes in the front. It's just almost the thin strip that you see right here. That's like the difference between the two if you're trying to go for the v-neck versus the regular crossover. Now these were my original investment with Honeylove, and it's become, again, probably the one that I reach for the most when I'm not needing to be as like specific with what I'm wearing underneath that day. I think if you're somebody who likes a more bralette style bra, you will love this specific one because it's just such a great everyday. Again, it has the 3 hooks, it changes the angles of the straps, it does have the cups inside. The biggest difference between these is the cut at the front, and I just feel like these are so comfortable for so many reasons because they're a lot softer of a wear. They just don't have that same tighter hold that you're getting with a CloudEmbrace that's giving you a little bit more of a lift. And I find that they just are perfect under things where you want everything to be so gently shaped. There is the support on the side to make sure you're getting the good hold that you need, but there isn't so much happening right here that, again, it's like pulling you in and giving you any kind of rolls in any way. It's very soft in how it's shaping. You don't get as defined of a cup as you do with the Silhouette Bra. I definitely feel like if you're a bralette girl, if you're somebody who wants just a very classic everyday shape, you want something simple, you want something that's just going to work all of the time, this is a great choice. A lot of these bras come in several different colors. I have a very basic range to show you today, but they do come in a lot of options. So if you're looking for something that's more skin tone, or you're looking for something that's more specific in color, whether or not you want nude, white, red, blue, whatever the case may be, there are quite a few options available. So make sure you're double checking for each bra because I can't remember all of them today. I do find that I am between bra sizes, and so when I first got the set of bras that we're reviewing, I was going up a size in a few things, and I found the issues that you normally have when you're between sizes. So if you're somebody who finds that you don't necessarily have the width here, or like a lot of times I almost wish that I had one more link on the back of the bra versus going up the band size and then the cups expand and it becomes really uncomfortable because it's taking up more like under the armpit space. If that's the case, I'd say go down in bra size because that's something that I struggled with originally, either having too much space in the cup or it just hitting in the wrong place. Go down if that's a concern for you, but they're really great at helping. Customer service is really on it with making sure that you get the right thing. You can't really go wrong with any of the Honeylove bras, but I will say that some of these are available in stores to try. I know Dillard's has a selection. They don't have the entirety of the bras, but if you just want to know, does it feel the way that you want it to feel compared to what you're already wearing, it's a great place to go in store and kind of put it on your body and see. Of course, the discount link you can't really use in stores, so you might want to circle back online to do that, because that discount does go on top of any Honeylove sales. Honeylove does do bra bundles online, so you can get 3 bras for a discount. Now you will see that they recommend that you hand wash them. I'm not going to do that. I do it on a delicate wash. I put it in a garment bag and I make sure that I hang it dry at the end, and it's been great. I haven't had any issues. Everything's held up well over time. All of the sizing for me, if you want to know based on what my sizing is, I normally wear a 30-60 to maybe a little bit more towards a 38, but I'm kind of in between. So everything for this is either a large for me or a 30-60. And when you go to do your sizing, it'll ask you for, should be that like band size, cup size, and then it'll correlate to the correct size and a Honeylove bra for you. If you already purchased a Honeylove bra, I'd love to know which is your favorite in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I do have a few more review videos that I kind of want to do, but I need to have the information to reach out and get all the products. Quince is on my list. Let me know if there are any others that you would really like to see in the future, and I will put them on the list to do as well. But make sure you're subscribed. I upload new videos every week, and for now, I love you guys. It is a good day to have a good day, and I will see you all on a new video very soon. Bye guys.